Hey, everyone. Hi. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Alison.
Hey now.
Greg, what are you doing here?
Hey, what do you mean? Alison,
Where'd you come from, Greg?
I came from the world of Childish, and I just want to make sure that your listeners know that you're just as wonderful on the other podcast you do.
What if they don't have kids?
Don't need them. You don't need them. A lot of our listeners actually tell us they don't have kids. We talk about sex.
We talk about all sorts of dirty stuff,
Yeah.
but also parenting stuff.
Yeah, so.
Check out Childish. New episodes every Wednesday, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Maybe I should have tried it next. Alison Rosen is your new best friend. Alison, with her the good times never end. Alison Rosen, doing the wavy fancy dance again. Alison's your new best friend.
Hey, everyone. Hi. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Alison Rosen is your new best friend. I'm sitting in my studio. It is Friday, late afternoon / early evening, and it is hot as a motherfucker in Burbank. And it is putting me in the worst, most edgy mood. I do not like the heat. If it were up to me, I would live somewhere where it's cold all the time and it is never sunny. Also, my husband is here. Hello, Daniel.
Same.
I feel like you seem a little edgy and prickly, and
That was a little edgy and prickly of you.
but I am edgy and prickly right now.
Golly.
It started when I was blowing dry my hair earlier, and I was standing there.
Blowing a bunch of hot air on yourself?
Yes, but in front of a fan.
Hmm.
So I had the fan like directed at the lower part of my body, the hot air on the upper part of my body, and I had just a mustache of sweat forming on my upper lip. I had just taken a shower, and I hate that feeling of like being clean and then sweating. And I was just standing there sweating, looking at so I'm butt naked in front of the mirror, looking at my feet, which haven't had a pedicure in 14 months. And I've stopped, like I'm offering them no care. I mean, it's repulsive.
They look like Frodo's feet from Lord of the Rings.
I was looking at I haven't seen that, but I am familiar with the name Frodo and also Lord of the Rings. So I'm looking at my feet and then my, just full bush, because you know that I stopped tending that garden after having kids.
Also, it looks like Frodo's bush from Lord of the Rings.
Frodo's bush. And then my saggy boobs, which they were saggy before, but anytime I'm sitting there and a kid crawls up onto me or a dog, somehow they all step on my boobs. And I think it feels like they're hanging too low if they're getting stepped on. And then just the like floppy belly, and it just really, the floppy belly and just the just feeling just not thrilled with my body. And somehow being warm, making it 1,000 times worse. And it just so viscerally brought me back to being an overweight kid in Orange County, California, where everyone else was like blonde and streamlined and aerodynamic and athletic. And to them, summer was super fun. But to me, summer was very like, oh, fuck. We're heading
because they could all get in their bikinis and go down to the beach.
We're heading into the zone where it's not feasible for me to cover up my problematic, to me at that time, and face it. And I'm going to face, like, I still have all sorts of body issues. But then I didn't even realize I shouldn't. So at the time, it was like, well, now we're heading into the zone where it's not going to be feasible for me to cover up my body as much as I want to, because I'm going to be sweaty all the time. And now it's going to be pool parties and the beach and blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't even a bunch of thoughts. It was just a feeling of, oh no, I feel so uncomfortable. I don't mean spiritually or psychically. I mean physically uncomfortable. Just summer and heat and all of that to me is just discomfort. And then also one more thing, and I know this is shallow, but as someone with naturally curly hair who for years would blow it dry straight before I discovered chemical straightening, so it was like hot, and then I would coat my hair in like the I can't believe it's not butter of hair products, and then just blow. And then I was just like dripping with oil and sweat. Daniel, you don't know the struggles I've experienced.
I don't. I'm sorry. If it's any consolation, there's been very few times in my life where I've felt comfortable in my own body.
Yeah.
I mean,
we have that in common.
Different issues, but just that sort of feeling of, I look at people who, there's dudes that are always like taking their shirt off whenever they can and going around in shorts. See grown men in shorts with like awesome legs, and I'm like, you motherfucker.
You said shorts like the quants drop.
Shorts. Quants. Because like to me, I'm cursed with chicken legs. Like skinny calves, white legs, just and like I always had blonde hair on my legs. So when I was a teenager, it looked like I hadn't grown hair yet, even though I had. So I had this very like prepubescent look. And so I got very insecure about that. But I'd love to wear shorts. I would love to be able to just take my shirt off and go to the pool or something. Yeah, just I've never really felt like I could get away with that for a myriad of reasons. So
you still feel uncomfortable wearing shorts?
Well, now it's just like no one wants to see that.
Yeah, but I feel like you're at the age.
I would. No.
Greg Fitzsimmons wears shorts. You're at the age where you force them to see it.
Well, no, I do. I would, and I do.
I've seen you in.
But it's not a good look. It's not. There's no look right now where it's like, yeah, man, you're looking good. Because it's just not in the cards. Like, no matter what look, I could go to the top fashion
house
person. What was like Rachel Zoe?
House of Zoe?
No, what is she? What's her job?
A stylist?
Stylist. I go to like the top male stylist in Hollywood.
You could go to
that person could put me in the perfect outfit for me, and I could look as good as possible, and I would still look like a tired dude. Like I just look tired all the time because honestly, I am, and that's the main problem. But yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'll wear the shorts. It's just that I'm under no delusions that this is something anyone wants to see.
Am I correct that you own one pair of shorts?
No, I own several. I can fit into one. Although maybe I can fit into more now that because after last summer, I've dieted since last summer, so maybe I can fit. Yeah, last summer I found an old pair of shorts I really used to like. I was like, oh man, I haven't seen these. I couldn't even get the fabric to touch, much less zip and button. It was just like that fabric, they're not even meeting. You
had a period of your life where you were vegan and you were running and you were like super, this is before me.
This is called my 20s. I was in pretty good shape in my 20s.
Did you feel confident in hot weather?
Yeah, that would probably be the time of my life when I mean, I'm not saying I never felt good in my skin. It's just that like it took a lot of work.
For me, even
by the way,
yeah,
I was in really good shape. I miss those
I've never
days.
even seen a picture
because we didn't have camera phones then. There may not even be any picture. I think there's one picture of me working at the deli that I can find somewhere where I look. You can kind of see that I look good, but it's
find it. I would like to see this version of you.
Yeah, it's me, and I'm wearing a Speedo, and I'm like lounging on the deli counter. It was a weird promo thing they did.
For me, even when I was at my skinniest, I still did not feel confident. And I look back at photos. Like I remember I was going, I was living in New York at the time, and maybe that wasn't my skinniest, but I was certainly skinny. And I was driving up to LA I was living in New York at the time. I was visiting my parents, and I was driving up to LA to meet an agent at CAA. And not important. I don't know why I didn't, and I'm not at CAA, so I don't know why I felt the need to drop that. Did you guys know that I know people?
Hey, not to name drop or anything, but I've driven past CAA.
Yeah. I don't know why I just did that. But anyway, it's these two photos of me from the side because I wanted to like look at them and figure out which outfit looked better and which, but at the time it was like, I have a problem I have to conceal. The problem being what I look like. And I look at them and I'm like, I look perfectly fine in both. Anyway, I know sometimes talk like this, people feel like it's triggering. And so to people who feel triggered, I want to say, sorry. You'd think I would have more to say than that.
Yeah.
I do not agree. I do not agree that there's only one way to look good. I'm just saying I bought into that for many years, and I definitely felt like there was something wrong with me and that I had to be a certain way to be accepted. I look a certain way to be accepted. I felt that for years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't have anything to say in trying to relate because I don't know that I can relate. My issues maybe, or my sort of experience with this is just probably very coming from a very different angle, you know? So I just know for me, it's like, you know, probably similar. It's just like feeling when I was young, like this struggle of feeling like a grown man versus a little boy.
Mm-hmm.
When you go through that, you know, puberty, and there's still this like weird sort of 1 foot in one and 1 foot in the other, and you know, there are guys in junior high who were like men.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they just developed quicker, or they were held back or whatever. And so it just gives you this sense of like, I'm just a little boy. And it took a while to realize, like, okay, now I have a man's body. And then what does that mean? You know, and what is that? How does that look good to me? I don't know that I can pull apart the part of that is just my own sense of aesthetics, how I feel, what looks good, how I look good, when I look good versus how I'm supposed to look. Like, I don't know, like, is this, you know, how much of my own sense of what looks good is informed by, you know, pictures of Mark Wahlberg in his underwear, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
It is weird that you hung those up around your room.
He's hot, honey. I never actually, I don't think that, I just gave that as an example because everyone knows that, but it's like, anyway, whatever. It's
well, I know that was a thing for you though, feeling like a little boy all the time.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. Some of it was physicality, and some of it was just other factors having to do with like the way I was treated and stuff like that. So,
by whom?
I'd rather not get into it, just because I feel like when I come on here, I talk about my childhood in a way that makes it really seem like it was this terrible childhood and stuff, and like it really wasn't. And then, you know, I feel bad because
people might listen.
Yeah, and it's I'll just say like, yeah, okay, I don't want to get into that. Maybe some other time.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You can shut us out if you need to.
It's just,
no, I get it.
I'm not in the mood to talk about it.
You're not in the mood. You don't want to hurt someone's feelings.
But also, I'm not in the mood to go there. You know, like, I'm not, no offense. I understand why you're asking the question, but I just like to answer the question, I have to like access those memories and start to like think about like, well, why did I feel that way? And it's just like, I don't want to think about that stuff. It's just,
it's too hot for self-reflection.
It's just, it's ancient history, you know? I don't feel that way now. And so I don't know, like it affected me in my young adulthood, and that's about it.
All right. Well, listen, you guys, we have quite a show. We have voicemails about how it's going out there, whether you've ever been part of an online community that's turned toxic, because you know I am obsessed with this horrendous moms group, which I have to leave.
Literally the worst.
Oh my God. Daniel, I include him in the updates about what these horrible women are doing.
Group.
It is, you just can't make it up.
Something.
If you tried, it would be less of a parody than their real. Oh my God. Okay. So I have to, in the words of my therapist, is it benefiting you to read it? And as Daniel pointed out, if she said that, she already knows the answer. But I can't leave.
It's hard because there's a huge part of it that's just entertainment.
Right. It's just entertainment that then has like a hangover effect and takes up too much of my time and makes me feel unhappy.
Well, for you too, there's this aspect of like, should you get involved?
Which I already have made a rule that I will not comment ever again.
Like, no,
on the
but
board.
there's other ways of getting involved. It's just like, it's not these aren't your battles.
No.
And the fact that you think that maybe is wwhy you shouldn't connect to it anymore.
The fact that I wonder, like, should I privately message this person?
Because none of it
XYZ?
has anything to do with you now.
I know, but it's been a long pandemic, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's that. And then finally, I just said, or just tell us a joke, the dumber the better. Because I enjoy dumb jokes.
You do.
I love a dumb joke. If you in the future would like to call in, the number is 323-553-2331. If you want to email us, ariynbfshow@gmail.com. And don't forget, I'm on Patreon. Right after we record this show, we're going to record a Patreon bonus episode, unless we run out of time, given the time our babysitter is leaving, in which case we'll just do it tomorrow, because we're flexible like that. But weekly bonus episodes, Zoom parties, you get to watch the video of the Thursday show. The Monday shows are on YouTube, youtube.com/Alison Rosen. But the Thursday show videos are on YouTube. You get to submit carbs. You get to ask questions of the guests, and new perk, for people at the confidant level and above, which is $10. You can text me and I'll text you. And it's just been a real storm of personal texting, and it is very fun. So that's patreon.com/Alison Rosen. Okay, Daniel, would you like to hear a voicemail?
Sure.
Hey, Allison, this is Ryan from Twitter. Yeah, I told you I'm in the ER. I thought I had a blood clot in my leg. Turns out I might. It's just superficial, though, so no life-ending tragedy. But I hate hospitals, and this sucks. Have a nice day.
I need more information. Hello, Ryan. Thank you for calling in the midst of your ER ordeal. I'm sorry to hear about your blood clot. If you do have one, even if it's just superficial, that sounds scary.
How does one know they have a blood clot before
right, so
it
that
becomes, life-threatening?
Right, and you want to know that so that we can know if we ever have them, right?
That's all I ever care. Whenever I hear any medical story, oh, I have cancer. It's like, how did you know? How do I know?
Yeah.
Every morning I'm convinced I have cancer or something because it's like my whole body is achy. Oh, I must have arthritis or whatever. But how does one know?
Yeah, this is a good question.
Ugh.
I think you have a pain in your leg.
When you have cancer?
No, he said blood clot.
Oh.
Here's the thing about cancer.
Is it always in your leg? Blood clot?
No, you can get blood clots anywhere, I think.
But you always feel it in your leg?
I don't know. I imagine he had a pain in his leg, and and therefore he thought he might have a blood clot, and he went in. Should we call him? We could try. Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Please leave a message or else I won't call you back.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Ryan, hello. It's Alison Rosen from Alison Rosen is Your New Best Friend. And it's also Daniel, my husband. We're recording right now. And we just played your message. And Daniel wanted to know, how did you know you had a blood clot? Because now he's convinced he probably has some. And also, if you have cancer, which I know you don't, he wants to know, how did you know, so that he can rule that out too. Now, I get that you're probably not going to call us back because just of the fact that I'm not leaving a number for you to do so. But you could tweet at me, or you know what? You'd leave another voicemail. What a ridiculous system this is. 323-553-2331. Okay, bye. I hope you're okay.
No one picks up their phone anymore.
I know, especially not if it's a blocked number.
even if it's someone I know, it's like,
Can I tell you,
who would do this to another person?
Can I tell you a true nightmare of that?
Sure.
So I was walking around my parents' house. It was around Christmas time. I lived in New York at the time, but I was visiting.
Oh, this isn't when I called you and you got really upset because I was making you talk to me?
No, this is not that time. So I'm walking and I had my BlackBerry in my phone, and my BlackBerry in my pocket, not my phone. And I kept walking and I saw a call come in.
BlackBerries are for business nerds. Go ahead.
I saw a call come in and I looked at the screen, and it's someone that I like a lot. I was just not in a phone mood. Right. You know how it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I let it go to voicemail, and then I hear Allison, and I turn, and it's the girl who had called me.
You got busted.
I know. She was trying to get my attention, so then she called me, and I'm like, oh God, did she see me look?
You got busted so hard. You kind of deserved it.
I don't know if she saw me look at my phone, because in my head, I was like, well, she was in the middle of the road, and my phone was in the pocket, the inside, not the one facing the street. But the whole time we were talking, I was just thinking, did she see me? Did she see me? Did she see me? Did she see me? So you got to be careful if you are walking around your parents' house.
Oh my Lord. Well, no, you were in New York.
No, I lived in New York at the time, but I was at my parents' house. And the person who called me was another friend of mine who actually lived in New York, but was we had gone to grade school together.
Around, in the neighborhood?
Yeah, because we had both
grown up in that neighborhood?
Yes.
Oh,
so she was also in town.
So the risk of anyone seeing you is pretty low. It's a pretty sparsely populated area.
Right.
That's hilarious.
It was not one of my finer moments. Okay. Here's another one.
I feel like nowadays, though, if that happened, it's become way more socially acceptable to not answer your phone.
Well, here's the thing. This is the thing.
What is the thing, honey?
Here it is.
I'm looking. I'm not seeing it.
This is what it is.
Where?
Here, it's coming. Here it is. Here it is. Here's the thing. The thing is this. If I had just continued power walking and not looked at my phone at all, then I'm in the clear, because it's like, oh, she's not taking calls now. But it's the looking at it and then not answering that if I saw someone do that, I would take that personally. Okay. Here's another call.
Hey, Alison, it's Greg. How's it going? I just wanted you to know that I have been part of an online group that turned toxic. Okay, I hope you're well.
Does he have birds, or is he just outside?
I know, it's so
There's
avian.
like Tweety in there.
Yeah. Let's call him, because I don't have to block my number for him. Yes. This is a thing that Greg does. He, anytime I ask a question where he just says yes and then offers no more. Has anyone used a repost app that actually works? Yes, I have. Stuff like that. So
funny. He's a funny guy.
Let's inquire about the birds, just quickly. And then I actually don't have time to make calls. So I don't know why I brought it up. And yet here I am. Okay. Just a quick one.
He's definitely looking at his phone right now and shaking his head.
I know.
It's like, oh, Jesus, why did I do that? See, he's got a newborn, so he's got the perfect excuse.
Hey, it's Greg. Leave a message. Bye.
The mailbox is full and cannot accept. Goodbye.
That's a baller move, by the way, to have your mailbox be full.
It kind of is.
Because then it's like, man, you get a lot of calls and you can't leave a message.
Yeah. I just wanted to know about the birds, but I just think he was probably outside. Okay. Let's listen to another one. Are we just going to roll messages?
It's your show, honey.
Yeah, I know. Let's take a moment to talk about the movie we saw last night. The movie that we watched it over 2 days. Did not enjoy it. Daniel also did not enjoy it.
You should tell people what it is, not make them guess.
No, we're gonna tell them after I talk about something that makes
a tease when you're in the business.
That's right. I hope you guys don't mind the way we drop the name CAA, the way we use jargon like tease. I mean, I don't want people to feel excluded from our very inside Hollywood.
I had the thought today that it would be really funny if therapists at the end of your session like ended it like a tease, like, so I'm going to tell you the answer to this question that's been vexing you.
Oh, they should. In
the next session.
Right.
Next week.
I have had therapists who at the end go, to be continued.
No.
No. I didn't know this was a 13-parter.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of teas, Daniel has a segment to do.
I've been making sun tea. Was that what you were going to talk about?
No, I was going to say you have a segment.
Oh, yes, I do. Well, segment. I just have something that I need to share with people.
It's not a segment. Do you have something you want to share?
Yeah.
That's what yeah. So this one, despite the way it started and the way it's going now, it's really going to be a good show. Any moment.
Yeah.
I also have
let's
iTunes
keep
comments of the week.
Let's keep assessing the show as it goes.
As we go? Okay. So, listen, you might be wondering, what should I get my mom for Valentine's Day?
Nope, I am not. Now, you might, if you are wondering that, please get some help.
You might be wondering, what should I get my mom for Mother's Day?
That's the one that I'm wondering.
What should I get? You know what happened is I was thinking, or you might be thinking, what should I get my wife for Mother's Day? And then my brain just, the wires crossed. What should I get myself for Mother's Day?
Sure.
Get a beautiful piece of jewelry from Pandora.
Oh, yes.
They are perhaps most famous for their really
boxes?
Cute. Oh, yes. Excellent joke, Daniel.
Thank you.
Bravo. But also they have these really cool charm bracelets with these like round charms that fit on. And I have one and I love it. But they're more than just charms. They're rings, they're earrings, they're necklaces. I personally love I love their statement rings and their stacking rings.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't decide. And that's the beauty.
You don't have to decide.
I don't have to.
Nope.
I don't have to. Their stuff is so stylish, so beautiful. There's such a good range. I just recommend it super duper highly. Thank the mom in your life for always being there with a sparkling gift from Pandora Jewelry. Go to us.pandora.net/convos to start shopping or find a store near you. That's us.pandora.net/convos, us.pandora.net/convos. Also, I want to tell you about purple. Did you steal my purple sample, Daniel?
I love it.
I know.
Honestly, it's my fidget spinner. I just sit there fidgeting with it.
I know. As the world becomes increasingly uncomfortable, we're all looking for as much comfort as we can get. Daniel. And the one thing I can always count on is how comfortable a Purple mattress is. So what Daniel and I are talking about specifically is I have this little piece of rubber here, which is a sample of their grid. The Purple grid is like the thing that makes the Purple mattress, or one of the things that makes the Purple mattress so amazing. So Daniel and I both like to squeeze it, and because it's made out of a stretchy gel material that's super supportive.
It's
and
incredible.
It doesn't trap air, which is why the Pandora mattress sleeps super comfortably, because there's this airflow as you move and as you shift. And it's just, here, I'll give it back to you.
My fingers are like and I let my fingers sleep on them because it's a little mattress.
I mean, the regular mattress is not. The sample we have is a low bed for your fingers.
What? They make these bigger?
They do, Daniel.
Oh my
Yeah, they make
God.
them in regular mattress size.
What?
Right now, you can try your Purple mattress risk-free with free shipping and returns. Financing is available too. Purple really is comfort for an uncomfortable world. Right now, you get 10% off any order of $200 or more. Go to purple.com/bestfriend10 and use promo code bestfriend10. That's purple.com/bestfriend10, promo code bestfriend10 for 10% off any order of $200 or more. Purple.com/bestfriend10, promo code bestfriend10. Terms apply. Now, I think
I always like to have terms applying.
I love when a term applies.
Let me rephrase it. I like it when they're good terms.
I think Tony should play the TV time jingle because the
'cause we're gonna
movie we
talk.
watched
We watched it on
our-
TV.
Yeah,
I feel like any movie we watch on TV is TV.
I do too.
Good agreement.
I do too.
TV time, TV time, TV time, TV time, TV time, TV time.
So, anyway, we watched The Favorite, and it was not our favorite, not by a long shot. And
But-
no, it's not a new movie.
Because we had watched The Great, which was written by the same person, and we loved that.
But really, it's because we've been watching The Crown, and now
Well, it's
we're
been on our list,
foppish
and we finally-
royal fans.
Well,
We watched a documentary about Charles and
No, I'm not
Christina
disagreeing with that.
and about Margaret and Queen
hold
Elizabeth.
your horses.
We have come a
down.
long way in
Calm
terms
down.
of.
The reason
I've lost respect for us.
The Favorite was high on our list to begin with because of
That's
The
true.
Great, and then that was the kicker because we ran out of Crown episodes, and then we were like, hey, let's finally get to this movie we've been meaning to see because we're royalist Anglophiles now. And
We don't even side with Meghan and Harry anymore. That's not true. We do.
I failed to see why everyone loved that movie so much.
I did not. I had heard like, ooh, it's deliciously wicked, campy fun, and I thought I'm up for that. I thought maybe it's, I don't know. In the same way that I find the Moms Group campy, wicked fun, perpetrated by a bunch of horrible, self-righteous cunts, I thought this might be entertaining, and it wasn't. I was surprised. The way it was shot, I hated. It was claustrophobic. The plot, not great. That's my entire review.
Yeah, I mean,
Everyone was unlikable. And then they introduce rabbits at the beginning of it. And you just know if rabbits are into something bad might happen to a rabbit. So I was sort of braced for that the entire time. So just not a pleasant viewing experience.
Chekhov's rabbit.
Exactly.
So I kept wondering if the way it was shot in a very stylized way. They used a lot of wide angle lenses, and I'm not just saying like Wes Anderson kind of wide angle. I mean like exaggerated wide, like really wide, fisheye sometimes almost. And it weirdly does give you that claustrophobic feel. And then putting the camera really low and all these like techniques that had the effect of just putting you at a distance from the characters and from what's going on.
By the time the movie was over, I was sitting in our neighbor's house. That's how far
And
away
I
I was.
wonder, like, does this play differently on a big screen? If people who saw it in the theater somehow didn't have the same reaction, but because we saw it on our TV, I don't know. But I did not like the choices the filmmakers made. I did like a lot of the set design and the way that they tried to light things by candlelight and stuff like that. The actors were all fantastic. The story is based on true events. Like, it's not wholly made up. No. Now, of course, they exaggerated it.
Is the Abigail character real?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Wait, the thing where she's actually a member of the court but has lost her status, that's real?
I'm not sure if the circumstances are the same, but she came in as a what do you call them?
Servant?
A chambermaid, and then became
and then there was a rivalry with the other one?
Yep. And then
Get out! I had no idea. I still didn't enjoy it.
And then Sarah, the Duchess of Marlborough, she ended up writing a book.
Did you watch another documentary? What's
yes,
going
I
on?
did.
Did you really?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
God damn.
I was like, I don't know.
She ended up writing a book about Queen Anne, because the movie's about Queen. And if you haven't seen the movie, it's about Queen Anne, like early.
Which
18th,
one was she? You're
early
wondering.
18th century.
Same question.
Like 1710 ish. And anyway, Sarah wrote a book about Queen Anne that was just like full of just shit on her, because this was after she had been disposed as the favorite and like driven out of England or whatever. And that book ended up being accepted as the official sort of take on Queen Anne until very recently, when historians kind of look back and were like, no, it doesn't seem like it's wholly accurate, and they're sort of revising it. But like, basically a scorned lover who, wrote the history of this
What's
person.
that book called?
It's called Tales of Ribaldry.
No, really, what's it called?
I don't fucking know. Jesus Christ. It was written in 1714.
But that's amazing that she wrote just a scorned lover tell-all, and then someone published it.
And no one questioned that maybe this isn't accurate.
But not
whatever.
even that, just that they went against the queen. I mean, that's like a poison pen kind of deal.
I don't know. Maybe it was in a different country, maybe it was in France. I don't know.
Is it in French? I know you don't know.
Well, yeah, come on.
Why must I ask? Listen, Ryan of the Blood Clot has called us.
Okay, Ryan.
No, I mean, it's a voicemail.
I know.
Okay.
I'm talking to him through podcast magic.
Hey, Alison, it's Ryan with the Blood Clot, leaving another message. Your message made me chuckle, so, I am okay. I do have a blood clot in my leg, but it's a superficial one, and the reason I knew is because it made a bump very close to the surface. It was very painful, and I assumed it was a bug bite. And I got it about a week ago. I'm like, it'll be fine. I'll be fine. But better judgment after a week. I'm primary caregiver for my grandma, so I was like, if I drop dead of a heart attack, I'm gonna feel like an asshole. So I just went to a free clinic, and the guy took a look at it and touched it. He goes, "Yeah, you need to go to the ER right now, buddy." And it turns out it's not the serious blood clot that can kill you, but it's, related, so it's still kind of a big deal. But yeah, that was how I knew. And I do not have cancer, hopefully, but I do have a lot of moles. I should probably get checked out. If you need anything else, go ahead and call me back. This is pretty fun. Thanks. Bye.
We should really stay up on Ryan's health
Should we call
situation.
We need to call him, because I do have some questions. Like, how did he get this? I guess I have one question. All right, answer your phone, dude. Okay.
Hello.
Ryan?
Yeah.
Hello, it's Allison and Daniel. We listened to your message.
Hey,
and
Ryan.
We do have more questions.
Okay.
So how did you get this not deadly blood clot? Do you know?
No idea.
Were you recently on a long air flight without moving your legs enough?
Nope.
Wait, so it looked like a bug bite?
Yeah, like I was walking across the field on a college campus and felt like a sting. And I was waiting for an appointment later, and I was just like, my leg still kind of stings. So I looked at it, and there's a little red bit there, and I was like, oh, what's this here? And that little red bit's still been there this whole time.
Oh,
and
my
I was
God.
like, ooh, that's probably just a bug bite, no big deal. So I let it go, and about 4 days later, like the red spot had spread to the majority of my calf.
Oh,
my God.
wow.
It wasn't like bad looking. It was just, sort of discolored. It wasn't, I want to say it was like blood red or anything. It just looked like, kind of, I don't know, discolored a tiny bit. But then it all receded within the next day or two. But then a week and a day, it still hurt the same amount the whole time.
Jesus.
And whenever I touch it or anything, and I noticed my ankle was getting a little swollen. So I'm like, okay, yeah, something's going on.
And the free clinic guy, do you know, you might not know this, but do you know how he knew that it was a blood clot, not a bug bite?
Because I told him I thought it was maybe infected, like under the skin or something, and I really didn't think it was, because I'm like, it's not red enough and it doesn't hurt enough. Like, you usually see like the tracks or whatever you call it, where the veins start to go wonky if it's infected.
Right.
But he like, it's warm to the touch too, and he was like, yeah, there's like blood just kind of backed up right there. I can feel it or whatever.
Oh, my Lord. This is...
Yeah.
What did they do at the ER? Did they break it up with something?
No, they didn't. They told me to start wearing compression leggings and then pound ibuprofen basically to try and break it up and make sure I keep it elevated and warm.
Ibuprofen not aspirin?
Yeah, well, I have a allergy, or I had an allergic reaction to aspirin when I was in high school. So,
Oh.
like, yeah, take whatever you're, safe, whatever NSAID you're safe taking.
To thin the blood.
Yeah, that's a way better story. I turned blue for 2 days in high school.
Was it Ray's syndrome?
I don't know. Like, it was just the 2 days, and then it never ever happened again.
And you turned blue? Did you feel sick?
Yeah, my skin turned, like, apparently it's a form of shock or whatever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was 2 days in a row. I had a headache both mornings, so I took aspirin, went to school, and then in class, like the first day, me and my buddy were sitting in art class looking, and I was like, man, my hands are weird looking. And he looked at he's like, oh, something's going on. And then it just, like, I started panicking, so my blood started pumping, and basically just all the blood left my whole face and arms and everything. It was...
Did you think that you were...
in the age before cell phones, so no one ever took a picture of it. So I got forever on the internet.
This is the second thing. So earlier in the show, we were talking about the period of time where Daniel was in like amazing shape, and apparently there's just one photo of it. And now you turned blue and there's no photo of it?
Well, this is the curse of being of a certain age, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we don't have pictures. Did you think for a second you might be turning into a Smurf?
My friend said, "It's like, dude, you look like a Smurf." It was
That's-
hilarious. I'm like, I'm anxious anyway, and everyone in school staring at me was the worst thing.
Did
It was no good.
So did they give you medicine or anything for that, or did it just go
No.
away?
My mom was really shitty. Like, it took the high school calling her about 7 times to be like, you need to come get your kid, because
Wow.
they couldn't legally do anything with me, I guess.
Right. Oh my gosh, that's really scary.
Yeah, it was. But by the time we got to the hospital, like, it was fine. Like, it run its course or whatever.
Right. So now compression hose. Well, if it makes you feel better, not that it will have any bearing on that, but I wore compression socks throughout my pregnancy and I found them comfortable.
Yeah, it's like, this is the first day wearing them, and they're a little weird. I feel like I can feel my vein moving in the back of my leg, but it's just the thing shifting. I'm like, oh god, it's weird, but I don't know. It's been almost a full day, and I'm like, yeah, all right, yeah, it's not bad, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I tried a bunch of different types. So they do, I say shop around.
Yeah, the store near me had 2. There was unisex and ladies, and the ladies one was way too small because, yeah, I have bigger legs and big feet. So I was like, I got to get the most giant one that'll let me have.
Yeah. Well, listen, Ryan, I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you're not taking aspirin. And thank you for answering my blocked number.
Yeah, nope, I figured it was you the second time. I'm like, okay.
And now a more pointed question. I don't even know if I want to know. Do you actually listen to my show, or do you just follow me on Twitter?
I follow you on Twitter, and I've downloaded about 8 episodes of the podcast. I just haven't listened yet.
Oh my God. It is.
Same.
It is time for you to catch up. I mean, there's like probably almost 1,000 episodes. Get on it.
Okay, I will. I'm busy producing my own podcast too. So.
Oh, what's your podcast?
It's called A Couple Takes on MS. I'm the producer, and there's a married couple I know, and they both have multiple sclerosis, but they have different versions of it.
Oh.
There's multiple sclerosis.
Yeah, exactly. Jennifer has secondary progressive, and she can no longer walk, so she uses a wheelchair. And when I met Dan, he has a secondary progressive, he has relapsing remitting, sorry. And he was training to run an 8K when I met him, and I did a story on him for the newspaper I worked at, and then I've just been friends with him ever since. And during lockdown, I was like, hey, you guys want to do a podcast? Because they have a blog that they've been doing forever. As kind of they're advocates for the MS community in Michigan. So it's just like, yeah, let's do this because
Cool.
I like doing a podcast. So.
I get that you do something important, okay? But we're here talking about how much we hate it when it's hot out. So we all have our lane.
We all suffer. Is that what you said?
I did a me and my friends getting drunk talking about movies podcast. So I'm right there with you. And we actually just did an episode where we kind of strayed from the norm. I mean, it was our 4th episode, and we're already like, let's kick back and drink some beers and just relax, because this being serious all the time kind of sucks.
Yes, I get it.
I agree.
Well, listen, Ryan, we have to go back to talking about the heat. Actually, we're talking about a movie we hated. But thank you, and you go catch up on my episodes.
I'm going to do that.
Okay,
All right,
bye.
Bye.
I think I hung up on him a little bit, and I'm sorry, Ryan. He won't get to this episode in a long time, though.
He's got a long way to go.
Yeah, before he catches up.
I know.
So anyway, the favorite.
People
was not
don't
good.
realize that this podcast is best enjoyed in order, starting from the beginning.
Yeah,
so
it's
if you've
serial.
joined this podcast somewhere in the middle, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, that's actually not true, but
Anyway, the favorite,
that
not
good.
mine.
that's really good. I'm trying to find someone who called in with a joke. Because I could use a guffaw right now, couldn't you?
How about a chortle?
I could use a chortle. What's this?
Last night.
I feel like that was someone having their kid call in with a joke, maybe. Let's see. I know. What?
Yeah, do it. Come on. Do it. Go. Tell one of your jokes. Go. I did the chicken casserole. No, but I didn't get my joke. What joke? You can get yours. I don't know any jokes. Come on, you know good jokes. Come on.
This sounds
You do it. Never mind.
That was funny.
She's like,
I know. I swear I saw one come in. Oh, well. All right. Let's hear Daniel. Oh, wait. Here we go.
What do you call a Frenchman that is attacked by a lion? Quad.
That was pretty good. All right. I think it's time for you to share with us. You said it's not a segment, but
no.
it is something that you're passionate about.
Well, so we have some listeners who are expecting,
Mm-hmm.
and I was. They were some folks on Twitter. Some of our lovely listeners asked if I would help them with their baby names, and I thought I haven't. I was particularly good at creating baby names when Elliot came along,
Yeah.
and I have occasionally shared. It's like I have an avocado tree in my backyard that bears a
don't
lot of
share the
fruit,
bounty.
and I could just go with my bag of avocados and give them away. You know what I mean? Because I was declared avocado intolerant. In other words, I don't have any more babies to name.
Right. And it's actually quite timely because there's a story today about the most popular baby names.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I wonder if any of the
Where
ones
was this story?
on Twitter, but Nameberry.
I should have read that before we came on the air.
Nameberry is a big website where you can like look up name origins and things like that, and they released the most popular names of this year in like different countries. And in fact, it's so topical and newsy. I'm wondering if we should have. Do you need to let out a burp or something?
I'm releasing the burp as you're speaking. Well, I don't want to do it. Sorry. It was gonna be stealthy, but Allison had to coax it out of me.
Side note.
What?
I asked Tim Kalpakis if he could come on a Thursday show, and he is unavailable on the date I asked him, and he explained why, and then I just wrote back, "Damn it, Tim," and he wrote back a picture of Gilly that says, "Sorry."
I love that.
I know. You're the only person, and now Tim, who liked that character Gilly.
I'm a big fan of Gilly.
Yeah.
All right, so what were you going to say?
I wonder if Tony should play the news theme. No, because this is not a
Here,
news
I'll do a
story.
theme.
Okay.
Baby names. You got those cutest little baby names.
Keep
I don't
going.
Know, well, I don't know the rest of the song. And they're not the same as
Regular
names. And
Daniel's
I'll bring
names.
you fame.
Daniel's names. He's got some names for your baby. Daniel's names. They're not the same as normal names. Daniel's names. Daniel's names. Daniel's names.
Yeah.
Daniel's
All right.
names.
So, again, now, in the past, when I've done this, you could tell that perhaps I was trying to put a humorous spin on it.
Right.
Not being entirely serious, although I think there's some pretty legit names in there. Like,
Yeah.
I can't remember any of them, but
No, I
I'm
can't
sure there
either.
were some.
Stet?
That doesn't sound right.
No. Well, Dragel.
Oh, that's a beautiful name. All right. So, but this time, because we have some folks that are actually having a baby, I thought, okay, let's get real here with the names. Now,
Was Grambling
that was just on the
Napchick?
air. That wasn't one of
That
them.
wasn't one of them? Okay.
I don't think so.
Oh, no, I guess not. Okay, go ahead.
Like, hold on. I think Aidsley was one. Christique. One of my favorite ones.
Wait, are these the new ones?
No, these were the old.
These are old ones.
these are- Zector with two X's.
I forgot about Sector. I like that one.
All right,
These
but
are the old ones.
that's the old ones. Those are old names.
But no one has used them as far as I know.
Oh yeah, we'll have to check Social Security's list of American names. So what I decided to do was look at what the sort of trends are, and then stay a little bit within the bounds of what a modern couple would want to name their child.
Can I just say something? I
Yeah.
know a makeup artist who goes by a name that is similar to one of yours, Daniel. And it's not her real name. She sat down, she paid a company to come up with like a one
Her
name.
own name?
Yeah. It's similar to what her name was something like Melissa, but it's not Melissa anymore. It's like one name.
Like Christique?
Yes. And she paid a company to design this name for her and a logo.
What?
And I'm just saying, you're
You'll have to
giving
tell me
this
what that
away.
I'm
You're
giving this shit
it
away.
Yeah.
Folks, I'm giving it away. Feel free to use it.
Please.
All I ask is that at the bottom of the birth certificate, you put my name as the originator of the name. That's all I ask. Otherwise, it's totally free.
Okay, let's hear it.
One trend that is coming back is flower names. Iris, rose, orchid, right?
There's people in
I don't know,
Uh-huh.
but just fucking roll with it.
Okay.
So now I don't know if the gender of the baby that in question is, and by the way, she doesn't either. The mother.
The mother, that's right. This is for Whitney and
Well, that's what inspired it. Whitney and Max. What's
Matt.
his name? Matt. Sorry, I don't remember. Listen, I don't even remember my own parents' names. Okay, but I know baby names.
Now I'm questioning if it's Matt, but I'm
I don't
99%
know.
sure it is.
It is now.
What's the importance of names in a segment about names?
A name is only important when you're a baby. All right.
And
So a flower name that is unusual if you want a flower name, but not one that is going to be as common. Scurf pea. I feel like that could go for a boy or girl. It's a girl probably. Scurf pea.
is that actually a flower?
It is.
A real flower?
Yep. If you're into flowers, that's for if you're into flowers. Strong mythological names are in, like Apollo,
Atlas.
Atlas. That's right.
Yeah.
So here's one: Abaddon the Destroyer. Again,
That's a lot of name.
I'm trying to find names that are off the beaten path,
Right.
but still have a good sound. Western, all-American type names, are in, like Rash.
Rash?
Well, this is one I'm on my list, honey.
Okay.
And Turgid. If you prefer old-fashioned sounding names, there's Neagness. There's Favela.
Wait, Neagness?
Neagness.
Oh, it's like Agnes.
Yeah, it's different. It's Neagness.
And what's the other one?
And Harumph.
Vanilla?
Favela.
Favela. And Harumph. I like
Yeah.
Harumph. He could be hairy for short.
If you're wanting something that is a classic name, but backward, you can do Luokayim or Mealu or Luinad.
What?
It's
What are those?
Michael, William, and Daniel, but backwards.
Do them again. Tell me what one it is and
Okay,
then do it.
Michael. Luokayim.
Okay, now do
Luokayim.
which one is that,
And
William?
that's Michael, and William is Melu. And then there's
What's Daniel?
Daniel is Luinad. So those are some names. You can name them after famous people. People like to take celebrity names, that they've heard recently. Mr. T is a good name. I was also thinking you don't have to take the first name. You can take the last name. So FK.
Who's that?
J.
JFK?
A lot of people go with J. I prefer FK. Some people like names. They want to name their kid something that's like, I want to know that guy. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be pals with that guy. So, how about Chuckles? So that's the list I came up with for this round.
That was so good. I mean, if you can't Neagness is great.
Yeah, thank you.
And Scurf pea?
Scurf pea.
What does that flower look
It's like a desert flower.
A scurf pea. Is it two words? Scurf and pea?
Nope, one word.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nobody in the preschool class will have that name.
Whitney and
I
Neil.
expect your child
no,
to
sorry.
bear one of these names.
Why did I just say Neil? Because Neil is in one of her handles. Whitney and Matt. If that is your name, which I'm 99.9% sure it is. I think we just named your baby for you.
I feel like it's in there.
Yeah. Well, listen, Danielle.
Let us know which one you chose.
Yeah, that goes for everyone.
Oh, yeah, folks.
This isn't
Yeah.
just for them. It's for everyone.
Anyone, yeah.
Well, Jen and Al have a baby on the way.
I know. I might give them a bespoke name, too.
Bespoke baby names. That's what
Yes.
Listen, was I disappointed that we weren't getting a Daniel's Cool Beans this week? Yes. When last night, when you ate Trader Joe's Cuban beans.
You were
Cubans-
so upset.
When you ate Trader Joe's, hang on.
So upset.
When I saw you eating Trader Joe's Cuban style beans, even though that's what you had done your last Daniel's Cool Beans segment about, and for anyone who doesn't know, Daniel's Cool Beans is where Daniel reviews beans, sort of, because he eats a lot of beans lately. So he's reviewing them, and it's very, very funny. So when I saw that you were re-eating the beans that you had already reviewed, and I realized that meant we were not getting a Daniel's Cool Beans, I was sad.
You were disappointed.
I was disappointed.
An update. I will give an update.
Black beans, kidney beans, pinto beans, and lima beans, red beans, mung beans, navy beans, and fava beans. Really be nice or really be mean. It's time for Daniel's Cool Beans.
Okay.
The can of Trader Joe's Cuban style beans that I quote unquote enjoyed last night wasn't so good. It actually lacked flavor / seasoning, and I have to downgrade my review from 4.5 poots to about 3 poots.
Wow, with 4.5 out of 5?
I rather enjoyed it last time, and I'm wondering
if it's at 5 poots, is that the max? You don't know.
Sure, but 4.5 is way too high for the.
Maybe
for
it's
this.
out of 6 or something.
It really, maybe even more of a 2.5. I gotta say, really disappointed.
Do you think the beans changed, or did the reviewer change?
I might have been in a different state of mind.
Oh wow,
Maybe
you're gonna have to work your state of mind.
I
into
really,
it.
I felt like the season it just didn't have much flavor.
Well, you have like 600 cans of S&W pinto beans in some kind of onion and tomato.
Well, that's like a
preparation.
chili. That's like a chili bean. So that's
I feel
more
like
of a.
that's worthy of a review.
They call it chili beans. More of a ranch style beans, but that's a review for another time.
I don't even know what that means.
Ranch style.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
It's just a style of beans. It's like chili, but it's not chili. It's like pinto beans in a chili garlic onion sauce. They're
But
good.
What makes it chili?
Chili peppers,
Oh, really?
crushed, like cayenne pepper.
That's what makes something a chili?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What makes something a chili?
Like chili, like sometimes has ground beef in it.
So the dish
Yes.
that we refer to as chili,
Yeah.
actually traditionally does not have beans in it. What we have, it's adapted over the years, but it originally is just ground beef and crushed chili peppers, with I think garlic and onion and all that stuff.
If I may.
Could
they have been lazier with the naming of that?
That's my thing about Texans. This is my bit that I'm just trying to figure out how to do. I'm going to do about 5 minutes at open mic on one of these days. But it's basically this. In Texas, they create these dishes, okay? And because Spanish, the language itself is so foreign to them or something. I'm going to workshop this, guys. They just take a word of one of the ingredients, but they say it in Spanish, and they just name the dish the one ingredient. Mm-hmm. So chili. They go, it's named after chili. Okay, it's not working. I get it. But queso just means cheese. But because it's in Spanish, it means spicy cheese. But if you go down to Mexico City and you order queso, you're just getting fucking plain old cheese.
Yeah.
Don't everybody look at me like that.
What are your other ones?
I feel your stares right now.
What are the other ones? What other ones?
There's plenty.
What's one?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I look forward to finding out.
I don't know. Look. But they
well,
yeah,
if this bit is to have legs.
Chili is just called chili because it has chilies in it.
Well, I don't even think I knew that. But did I tell you about the time?
All right, I'm going to take this idea out to the back and put a bullet in the back of its head. I'm
don't
sorry.
Do that. No. Arf, arf. Oh no.
Oh my God, there's a dog.
Listen, I went to Knott's Berry Farm many years ago, and I ordered the buffalo beef, buffalo meat chili or something. Wild buffalo chili. I don't know what it. I thought. I mean, it's Knott's Berry Farm where everything is Western style.
Sure.
So I thought this was just a name for chili.
You didn't think it might have buffalo meat in it?
I did not.
Did you know people ate buffalo meat?
I don't think I had thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
If someone said, "Do you think people eat buffalo meat?" I probably would have said yes, sure. I think I was 10. No, I was like 12.
But I feel like buffalo meat had a comeback around early 90s ish.
In Buena Park.
I don't
Home
know.
of Knott's Berry
Because
Farm?
isn't
Anyway.
it leaner or something? I don't know.
I just remember it did not taste how I was expecting, and then I thought I need to be more literal sometimes because
That's forgivable though, because you can see Knott's Berry Farm calling it something like that. But
well,
not...
like buffalo, like wild buffalo. Bill, what's going on your phone?
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
My mom texted me.
Oh, was she like, "Are you talking about me?"
No. I told her that Elliot wanted to call her, but I guess he hasn't called her yet. Now she's like, I'm going to go to bed.
Oh no.
Oh well. I have no way of reaching him. Elliot is.
Well, you could text Emily. Do you want me to?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Let's just let it play out.
Okay. What were you gonna say? And then let's let the people go.
Let the people go that are listening to us.
Yeah, like let's end the show is how I mean it.
Let you guys go.
We're tired of taking up so much of your time.
Yeah. No. I don't know what else I was going to say. Sorry.
Were you going to talk about how Elliot is obsessed with FaceTiming your mom?
Yeah. He's got he can now FaceTime my mom, and so he will just FaceTime her. And God bless her, she'll just answer
She's
it, and
so
then
patient.
he'll keep her on the phone for hours while he's just farting around.
Yeah, like even if he needs to go to the bathroom, he'll just leave the iPad on the couch.
Yeah, but it's sweet. Like they kind of just hang. It's like they're just hanging out together.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
Should we end on that strong note?
Is that it, honey? Have we really gone through everything?
I mean, probably not everything.
No.
I haven't talked about the fact that I found 4 millipedes in our abode. I found 2 in our bedroom and I found 2 in our bathroom. And if you have to find something creepy crawly, of which I have found
A fucking millipede. Because those things just... I don't know if you know this. They have a lot of legs.
Yeah, it looks like a not that tiny caterpillar. It's like I see less legs happening. I think the legs are just very small at this point. I don't know where they're coming from though, and how they're getting into our house. I don't know either. There's like an insect hellmouth that this house apparently was built on, and there's some kind of portal.
I just think any house gets bugs, honey. Like, it's just, we're in nature. You know what I mean?
Well, could we not be?
This is why you need a seastead. Put your house on the ocean.
I get seasick, though.
All right. Maybe we can have like a floating house in the clouds.
That I could be convinced of.
All right, let's do it.
Because then your only problem is birds, and I like birds.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, folks, if you know of a place we could live that doesn't have any nature, let us know. Hit us up.
Sign up for my Patreon, patreon.com/Alison Rosen. I'm on Cameo. And, I haven't mentioned my Amazon thing in a while.
Oh, for God's sake.
I'm an Amazon influencer. Bet you didn't even know they had that. Daniel, you didn't even know, did you?
I did know.
I know because I told you, but I have curated all of these lists so you can shop my store, you can shop my podcasting gear, the makeup I use, home stuff, kids stuff, Daniel's Corner, etc. Amazon.com/shop/Alison Rosen. Amazon.com/shop/Alison Rosen. DQ, what about you?
Ice in my mouth.
How about a second before I go to you, you take just a big old mouthful of ice?
No, I couldn't help it. You know, when you have ice in your drink and you can't drink the thing without getting the ice,
Yes.
that's what happened.
Yes.
Hey, listen, you guys. You know, you can always follow me if you're not. You can always unmute me if you are. God's sake. These are things you can do. These are ways of, I don't know, feeling like you did something today, right? You know that feeling. You get up, you have high hopes, and then the end of the day comes around and you're like, fuck, I didn't do anything. Well, I unmuted Daniel Quantz today. I did something, you know, or followed him on Instagram. Like, I did something. I'm productive. Do it. Daniel Quantz. Hey, listen, if you don't like the way I tweet and you don't like the way I post, follow me anyway.
Unmute you.
Yeah, unmute me.
No,
Do it.
and mute you is what I said.
No, don't mute me. Don't do that. It's good sometimes to go against the grain.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
You and your little echo chamber.
Yeah, like sometimes it feels invigorating to do the thing you don't like. Because who knows? Maybe you'll start to like it, and that's how you discover things.
Like you. Like
so
Daniel.
follow me at Daniel Quantz. That's Quantz. and just see where it takes you. You know, just go on this journey with me. You know, some people, they like to go on cruises. That's their thing. You know, once a year, they go on a cruise. Well, following and unmuting Daniel Quantz could be your thing. I wouldn't say make it your whole identity. I'm not going that far, but maybe half of your identity.
What's the other half?
I don't know. Maybe you're a furry. Maybe you collect things. I don't know. It's up to you. I don't want to tell people what the other half has to be, but half of it should be following and unmuting me. So anyway, yeah.
Is following and unmuting
and or unmuting.
I see. Okay.
There might be the instinct to follow and immediately mute. Don't do that. Do not do that. That's a bad idea. You want to follow and keep your finger off the mute button. If you've already muted me, put your finger back on it. And then you know how it works. All right.
These are all great tips.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, everyone who called in, by the way. We didn't get to all the messages, not even by a long shot. So we still have those for next time. You guys, I love you. Thank you so much for listening. You matter. I love you. Goodbye.
Hey, do you know about the Alison Rosen show? We had a good time, but now we gotta go.